Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and I'm going to be doing some speed runs today. So I do like solving Sudoku at speed when possible. I don't know if it's going to be entirely suitable. This might be a bit like the Cassini puzzles in the dream sequence that I was doing recently. Enchanter 73 has created 3 puzzles, I think all using a global entropy rule, and suggested that I might want to do all 3 in one video. And I do like doing puzzles as quickly as I can, finishing them, moving on to the next one. It's something I've done in competitions in the past. I did not qualify this year for the UK Sudoku team, so I won't be going to Calcutta later in the year. Good luck to the UK team. Good luck to everybody participating from around the world in Calcutta. Yeah, I think I came 5th in the online version of the UK tournament, and maybe 6th or 7th in the in-person version. Top 2 in each qualify, and there are special rules if there are overlaps between those people. But Freddie Hand took part. The world puzzle champion is now British and pretty good at Sudoku too, and I was never going to beat him. But anyway, that's the sort of thing you should do if you are one of the people who posts their times and is keen to compete. And also, of course, there's the Sudoku Grand Prix. There are 3 more rounds left, including this weekend about to start. And the puzzles are set by Czechia. It's a different country each month. This time they're set by Czechia. Just look up Sudoku GP in your browser and set aside an hour and a half to solve as many puzzles as you can. And you'll have fun with that. But if you like the quick puzzles, try the 3 that will be linked in this video. There is every chance that they'll all take me longer than 20 minutes and the video will run over an hour. We shall see. I mean, you can tell the video time already. I can't. Now, if you like a lot of puzzles as well, another way to deal with that is by joining our Patreon, having a go at the Alien Invasion Sudoku Hunt, which runs as a competition till the 20th. Puzzles from all over the galaxy there. Do check it out. Great fun to be had with a series of basically 7 large and 7 small puzzles. Give them a try. We've also, of course, got other content on Patreon like gridogram videos and connections videos and some more cryptic crosswords to go with the Friday masterclasses and Monday streaming, and 2 Sudoku videos a day we do on the normal channel, as well as Minute Cryptic and Wordle in a Minute. We do try and bring you a lot of puzzle content. And if you want even more, there's our apps, which do feature line Sudoku and classic Sudoku too, and the worms, and many, many puzzles. You can just finish one and move on to the next all day long on the apps. Give those a try. One of the latest worms is by Zetamath. We've got a bit of merch as well, including Marty Sears Rat Run stuff. What a puzzle this week in the Rat Run series. OMG. If you haven't seen Simon's video, my goodness, see it. Right, let's hope this is nothing like that. I'm going to try 3 puzzles, one after the other, by Enchanter 73. Welcome to the channel, Enchanter. Let's have a look at the rules of double entropy. So the normal 6x6 Sudoku rules apply, which are putting 1 to 6 in every row, every column, and every 2x3 box. Now, the global entropy rule, it certainly applies in this first puzzle, and I think it probably applies in the others, although I'll explain that when we get there. Each 2x2 area in the grid must contain at least 1 digit from each of the 3 entropic sets involved. And in this puzzle, they are 1 and 2, the lows, 3 and 4 as the middlies, and 5 and 6 as the high digits. Now, this puzzle has a Renban constraint, so a pink line must contain a set of consecutive non-repeating digits in any order. So this might be 3, 1, 4, 2, for instance. And digits on the indicated diagonal, well, in this case, they sum to 13. Give this a try on the first link under the video. There will be 2 more links for the other puzzles. This is all assuming that I get them all done in the same video. And let's start on that process. Now, let's get cracking. Okay, so how on earth do we start? Well, do we use the global entropy constraint first, or? Yeah, okay, on this 2 by 2, the Renban can only contain digits from 2 entropic sets. So this digit must be from the third one. So if those are, let's color them red and blue, this one is yellow. Now that's because 3 digits connected, they could be 1, 2, 3, and that'll use low and middly, or 2, 3, 4, and that'll be low and middly. 3, 4, 5 would be middly and high. 4, 5, 6 would be middly and high. So blue and red include middly. Yellow is either low or high. And this 3-cell set will contain digits only from yellow and middly, whatever middly is. Let's say middly is red and yellow is extreme. Now, down this column, we've got to find another yellow on this line, but only 1, and 2 middlies, therefore, and 1 low. So this must be yellow, double red, blue, and this can't be red anymore. Remember, red is what I'm calling middly. And blue is extreme and yellow is extreme. So that's blue and yellow. I don't know if there's another blue or another red there. This is either double red or blue red. Now, we've had both yellows here. So in this row, these digits are red or blue. We've got this Renban as well. I don't know how to use that. Let's think about this one instead. This can't be, it could be 2 reds and a blue or 2 blues and a red. No, it couldn't. It's 4 cells long. The combinations I was just giving you are 3 cells long, you muppet mark. Right, we have to have both middly digits on this. Both yellows are on this. No, what's middly? Red is middly. Now I'm getting confused because I usually use yellow as middly. I might change my tracks so I can keep yellow as middly. Hang on. Let me rename yellow as, recolor yellow as orange. That's the extreme. And now I want to make red, which is middly, into yellow. So there we go. We have yellow is middly now, because I'm much more comfortable with that. Blue and orange, one of them is high, one of them is low. Both yellows are on this, because this is either 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, always has 3 and 4. Both yellows are on that. Neither of these are yellow. This one must be blue. This one is either the other blue or the orange. If that is blue and orange, they are 1 and 6. Oh, this is blue and orange, so they are 1 and 6. Yeah, I think the coloring's right. I'm trying to theoretically do this at speed. Now, this pair, if that's 1 or 6, it's an extreme digit. This is either 2, 3, or 4, 5. So one of them is blue and the other is yellow. Right, so there are 2 blues here, and this digit can't be blue because both blues have been used in the box. But this 2 by 2, by the global entropy constraint, needs a blue. That has to be here. And now these 2 can't be blue because we've used both of them in this box. And that's now a 1, 6 pair. And this is a 2, 3, 4, 5 thingy, Renban. That is an extreme digit. So these are also 2, 5, or 3, 4. I should be using the global entropy constraint. Yes, look, this needs to be yellow. That's the second yellow in the row. I hope I've been doing this right, otherwise I've been doing it wrong. That's now the second blue in the row and the box. That's yellow. That must be yellow to complete the colouring in the box. That must be orange to complete the colouring in the box. This is 2 or 5 to that one's 1 or 6. This is 3 or 4, same polarity. That's 3 or 4. These are obviously a 2, 5 pair. These are a 3, 4 pair. This digit is 2 or 5. Now, how do we take this downstairs? Blue and orange. We need one of these to be yellow. We need one of these to be orange at least. Could be both. I don't know. I suspect I meant to use that, and this is going to be the disambiguator for the numbers to decide whether we were high or low at the end. So how do I use this one, which again will be 2 of one colour, and the third colour will be sitting here in this 2 by 2. That's difficult to know. This is the blue-sided yellow. I don't know how to... I'm going to use the pen tool. No, what I wanted to use is the letter tool. And say that this yellow is nearer blue than orange. So I'm going to give it a B. This yellow is on the orange side. So I'm going to see if I can somehow parlay that into... I don't know, that doesn't really do much, does it? One of these at least is yellow, that's no surprise. Double orange there, so these have to be blue and yellow. That's where to make the break into row 3. These are 1 blue and 1 yellow. And one of these at least is orange. Is that? I don't know how to take that forward either. Yeah, that double orange was interesting. Right. I don't know though. It's tricky to know what to do. Maybe I do use the 13 clue somehow. But I want to know much more about the colours on it first before I try and use that. This is not a speedy puzzle for me. Right. That's 1 blue and 1 yellow, so at least one of these is orange. Oh yeah, I need to split up the boxes a bit. All my 2 by 2s are okay so far. I must have at least 1 yellow there. And that yellow, I don't know, it could be the same one. How does it work? How can I use this? This has 2 different colours on it. If it was, and they include yellow. So that's either blue and yellow, in which case this cell in this column would be orange, or it's orange and yellow, in which case both of these would be blue. Now that's quite interesting. So those are very different situations. If this is orange and yellow, both of these are blue. These would have to be yellow and orange for this 2 by 2. And that would be blue. If this is yellow and orange, that would be blue. That would be yellow and orange. This would have to be orange. Okay, yeah, there is something about this. I just need to work out how it works because it's hard to get in your head. If this is blue and yellow, that's orange. And is 1 or 6 because we've had the 2 and 5. Yeah, these can't both be orange. That's interesting. So if this is orange and yellow, I don't think it... If this is orange and yellow, we can't use the 2-5 digit. We'd have to use the 1-6 and the blue digit. Yeah, this can't be orange and yellow. That's so interesting. Right, got it. This can't be orange and yellow because of the available digits. There's only the extreme orange digit and the non-orange blue digit. Now, you can connect orange with the non-orange yellow digit via the orange yellow digit. But I can't put the orange yellow digit. Look, we've got those two orange yellow digits both looking at this line. That's the answer. That 3 or 4, they are both looking at this line, so that digit cannot get on this line. And this, therefore, has to be the other yellow digit and the two blues. Has to be. This is orange to complete this 2 by 2 with an orange. This is orange because this column needs a second orange, and it's 1 or 6. Now, one of, I don't know, no, they could be both blues. This is using two blues. The 2-5 blue is on this side, and it's using the blue 3-4 digit. I don't know which side. Right, that's blue and yellow. So the orange digit is here, and that's not an orange digit in this column. I'm really straining at this. Oh, goodness. It's a complicated setup, though. This is two blues and a yellow. How do I use that better? There's one orange there. This column only needs one orange, two yellows, and a blue. One of these is the B digit. Neither of them is the O digit. Okay, I'm really not there yet, but I have at least understood a little bit about this. This 13 is going to hit an orange there, and various blue and yellow colours mostly here. What about that? If that's orange, it's a 2-5. One of these is an orange 2-5. And one of these is an orange 2-5. Orange there, I don't know what that means. If that's blue, it's 1-6. But 1-6 blue could equally be here. Right, can I use these groups in the middle of it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not getting close still. Orange and yellow. At least one of these is blue. Oh, that's quite interesting. At least one of these is blue. And we've had a blue here, and there's two blues on this line. That's all four blues. This is not blue. This is orange or yellow. Can this be double blue? No, that can't be double blue because there would be no blue left for this area. Oh, I mean, that's quite interesting. No downward domino within a box can be... No, that's not true. It could be in the middle. Anyway, that can't be double blue, so that is blue. And this also is blue. And we know which one it is. It's the 1 or 6. And that can't appear on this line again, so that's where it is in the column. And down here we have the blue 2-5 and the blue version of yellow 3-4. And this now seems to be a 2-3-4-5 quad. And these digits are 1 and 6. And that one is not the blue one, so that's the orange. This is the blue. They need at least one yellow here. And this group needs an orange. Yeah, that's easy enough. These are from yellow and orange. They include orange 2-5 and the O version of 3-4. I mean, I'm still not there yet. I do understand that. This is definitely blue, so at least one of these is yellow. At least one of these is yellow. Well, one of these is yellow because of that pair. So there's one yellow there, one yellow there. There's at least one yellow here. Come on, come on, keep thinking. Blue and orange there. I wish this little killer clue was pointing down here where I know those two add up to 7. Gosh, I'm going to have to work out what these all are in terms of their place within their numbers. I don't know. Oh, 16 minutes in. This is not going to be a 3 puzzle video, is it? Well, we'll see. We'll see. Now, let's just find... Right, orange, orange, blue, that's yellow. And we worked out a moment ago that these only had one yellow, so that's not yellow. And indeed, this must therefore be the 2 or 5. That must be the 3 or 4. I don't know whether it's O or B, actually. But now we've got blue and orange here. Blue and orange here. Blue, orange here. One of those at least is yellow. If neither of these were yellow, no, I don't know. I'm not ruling that out yet. That has come down to only one possibility. That's good. This could also be blue 2, 5. And if they were 5s, that would be a 2 and a 1. That could work. That was orange 1, 6. What does that mean? Doesn't mean neither of these can be... Well, neither of them can be blue 1, 6. That's obvious. Gosh, I don't know. That's blue and orange, so at least one of these is yellow. One of these is yellow 3, well, obviously yellow 3, 4. All the yellows are 3 or 4. The one down here is B, and the one down here is O. So the one here is B. And then B, I suppose, can't be in those cells and must be in one of these. And B can't be in those cells and must be here. This is very hard, but there we go. We found B. No. That wasn't necessarily where B was. But B is there and can't be in those cells, so one of these is B. Now, I want to say that one of these is O, but I'm not sure. O could still be down here. This could be a pair of yellows. Yeah, I have not established the grounds for that yet. That 1, 6, orange 1, 6 can't be in these cells. And it's also in one of these two. This isn't easy. I don't quite understand what I'm looking at. I still don't think I can work on the 13 number. It just doesn't feel helpful, and I really don't feel like I've done everything I could as regards colouring and so on. So orange and blue big numbers have been along here. This is either 2, 3, 4 or 5, but it's not orange 2, 5 or B 3, 4. So it's either O 3, 4 or blue 2, 5. Where am I going to find a foursome that's going to actually help? Both of these need an orange beneath them. If that wasn't orange, both of these would have to be orange. That would actually then be blue. Oh, where's blue 1-6 in this box? I've just found it. It's here. Because that's not able to be it. Oh, goodness me, that's available. Right, this is definitely not blue. And now one of these two has to be blue for this 2x2, so that's not blue. It's also not B or that. We've got all the blue 1-6s. Can we get all the orange 1-6s? I've got 4 of them done. But they're an X-wing in these cells. Right, this can't be blue. I know that because this would be a set without blue in. So that's yellow or orange. One of these two is blue. Can I tell which one? Is there some 2x2 I should be looking at to determine that? Oh, yes, the blue one is a 2-5, so it can't be sitting there. So it's here. This is blue. That's the 2-5, right. Now there's one more blue 2-5 down here. Neither of these are blue. That's good. That's something learned. This is yellow or orange. But look, it sees both O and B. So it's orange. Do I know which flavour of orange? Not quite. But O can't be in either of those cells. Did I ever learn that one of these two had to be yellow? This can't be orange because they would both be orange and none of these would be orange. So that's yellow and it must be B. Right. Now, is that clearing anything up? That's yellow, blue. One of these is orange, so that's not orange at the bottom. It's definitely yellow. Doesn't mean it's definitely B. That's not been proven yet. Still absolutely not there. Maybe I should be using the diagonal. 22 minutes in. These are not as easy as you think, Enchanter. Right. I'm glad this sort of thing doesn't come up in the puzzle championships. It's just a bit too tough for that. Or it is for me. Oh, my colour scheme. Oh, look, that needs an orange in it. That's good. Right, that's yellow. This has to be orange for this group. That's therefore yellow. Okay, now, that's not B, clearly, because it's orange. This one is B. That means this one is B and is yellow. And I think that means this is blue for the column. It does. And I mean, I'm not finished. I'm not finished, but I mean, I'm a lot closer now. That is yellow in the row. It's O. That's quite surprising. They're next to each other, but that is allowed horizontally. That's not yellow. This has to be yellow for this 2x2. They're next to each other again, and they're O and B. And this is not yellow, and it's not blue. It's definitely orange. It's definitely orange, and it's 2 or 5. It doesn't need superscript. This has to be yellow because of Sudoku now. And now we're going to get to do the number system, surely. Those are 1-6s. That's a 2-5. This one is 3 or 4, so is that, which is O. Let's fill that in. Okay, now we look at this. We've got 1 O and 1 B, so they add up to 7. These have to add up to 6. They must be 5 in the blue and 1 in the orange. So it turns out that the way I was playing, blue was high and orange was low. So that's a 2, that's a 2, that one's a 2, that's 2, they're all 2. These are all 1. And this is the orangey side of the 3, 4, so it's a 3, and then we get a 3 in the corner, losing its religion as we finally finish the puzzle in 25 minutes. There we go. Wow, well that was a bit harder than I was expecting, but maybe it was just me finding it hard. Maybe we will have learned something as we move on to entropic arrows. Again, 1 to 6 rules apply in the row, column and box. Each 2 by 2 area has 1 from each entropic set in the same way. Digits on an arrow sum to the number in the attached circle. Digits in cells joined by a white dot are consecutive. Let's get cracking on this one. So, wow, okay, this is adding at least 2 cells. If they were they could include a high digit. It could be 5 plus 1 equals 6. But then we'd need a middly one here. One of these is low, because the next 2 digits after the 2 lows are 3 and 4. So at least one of them is low. It could be both of them, except that that would cause a problem. If they were both low, 1 and 2 equals 3 is fine, but these would then be, because of the entropy rule, they couldn't both be blue. One would be yellow, one would be orange. They would add up to at least 8. Far too high. So one of those is blue. Exactly the same applies on this side of the line. One of these is blue. So for the other digits in this segment, 1 is yellow and 1 is orange. And on the orange side, we've got to have 5 plus 1 equals 6. So one of those arrows is a 1-5 pair with a 6 down here. I mean, I don't know how to deal with this. One is orange, one is yellow. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to take the white out. There we go. So one of these is a 1-5 arrow. The other one adds up to not 6, because 6 can only appear once in the row. It must add up to 5 at most. But it could be 1 and 3, or 1 and 4, or 2 and 5. So one of these arrows is blue-yellow, one of them is blue-orange. That's got a white dot on. So that's really odd. If this was blue-orange, this would involve a yellow on the arrow. Yeah, there was a very good reason neither of these could be double blue because of the rest of their box. I didn't think of that. Doesn't matter. Oh, one of these is orange. Let's just think about if this was the 1-5-6 arrow. This arrow would involve, well, it could be 1 or 2, but it would definitely involve a yellow digit that was 3 or 4. I suppose it could be 1 plus 3 equals 4. I was thinking about this white dot. In that case, 1 plus 3 equals 4. This could be a 5-6 arrow. This cannot be a 5-6 arrow because it would be double yellow and the rest of this box, sorry, it would be double orange. Orange is what I prefer for high. So it would be double orange and the rest of this box would have no orange, and that would break because that's a 2 by 2 without orange in it. So this can't be a 1-3-4 arrow, even if it's not the 1-5-6 arrow. If it is the 1-5-6 arrow, this mustn't be double yellow here, because then the rest of the box breaks. So if that's the 1-5-6 arrow, this is 2-3, and that's a 4. However, if this is the 1-5-6 arrow, I mean, it's still true that this can't be 3-4, because there'd be no yellow there. So whichever arrow is 1-5-6, we're not allowed to have 3-4 down here, even though we will have one yellow, and therefore we'll have a yellow and a blue in one of these pairs, there'll be a yellow and a blue. The other pair is going to have an orange in. That's not really that surprising. Now, on the arrow that's not a 1, 5, 6, what are we going to have? I suppose we can have a 1 again. I keep thinking we're going to have different digits. That's not true. We might have a 1 again. It could be 1 and 3 or 1 and 4 or 2 and 3 equaling 5 or 4. If it equaled 5, these would both be orange. Is that a problem? I don't know. And is this white dot interesting? It's so hard to tell. Neither of these white dots, that's absolutely vital. Neither of these white dots can be two of the same colour. Therefore, they must bridge the colours. One is a 2-3 pair and the other is a 4-5 pair. And this is a 1-6 pair. That's quite interesting. It's not something I had at all appreciated before. So each of these has one yellow in. Each of these has one... No, one of them has a yellow in and one of them doesn't. Oh, bother. If that's 1-6, and if there's probably a 1 up here, the only way there isn't a 1 up here is if it's 2-3, and that's... I'll tell you what, neither 2-3 there, which would put 5 here, nor 2-4 there allows this white dot to form. So this couldn't be a 2-3 arrow. This could be 1 plus 4 equals 5, and that would be 2-3. Or this could be 1 plus 5 equals 6. There's definitely a 1 in these cells, and this is 5 or 6 and orange. Right. Now, does that determine whether there's a 1 on this side? Now, there must be a yellow in each of these sides. 3 is on one side, 4 is on the other. And that satisfies the kind of requirements down here. I've got this weird little white dot that I need to think about. Now, that's in the center of the box, so it could actually be both the same color. If that was double orange, this could be yellow and blue. Now, if this was 1 and 5 is 6, this would be double yellow. Yeah, that's interesting. It would be 3 and 4. I think that's perfectly all right. I'm not getting on any better with this puzzle than I was with the last, am I? But it's so interesting. Okay, if that was 4, 5, that would be a 6. No, whichever one of these, that wouldn't work. This can't be 4, 5, because that would be a 6. And with the 6 here goes with a 5, 1. So I think that has to be 2, 3. And this one's a 4, 5. Once that's 2, 3, 1 is the low digit here. And either 4 or 5 is the high digit. And either this is 1, 4, 5 or 1, 5, 6. And that digit is 4 or 6. And I don't know its colour. But I do know that these are blue and yellow. These are orange and yellow. Right. But I don't know which one of these is the 1, 5, 6 arrow still. But I do know there's an orange in one of these because of that blue-yellow area. And I know there's got to be a blue in one of these two because neither of those are blue. Now this one can't be blue at all. So this one is blue, 1 or 2. This could still be 2 plus 3 equals 5 with a 1 there and a 4, 6 pair down here. I don't see why not. If this was 2, 3, this would have to be, well, 4, 5 or 5, 6, I don't know. There's a 1 over here by Sudoku. should be using the global entropy constraint better. That can't be blue. That's no good. One of those is blue. Maybe both. At least one is blue. I'm going to just mark that as orange or yellow because I know that to be true. This one is orange or yellow also. Can it really be yellow? If that was 1, 3, 4 there, 2 there, 5, 6 here, that's no good because these would not have orange in. So this can't be 1, 3. That can't be orange, can't be yellow. So it has to be orange and is 5 or 6. And we've got a pair of orange there. Now this is therefore a blue and a yellow. This can't be orange. We need a yellow in this area. And that must be 4. Now that's a 1, 5 pair up there. And this is a 6. And that's a 5. I still don't know what. We don't have a 5 up here. We don't necessarily have a 1. That's either a 2, 3 or a 1, 4 pair. We don't have a high digit though. This has to be the high digit. Why do I think it's there and not here? Because we've had double orange there. So this is the high digit and is 5. And that's a 1 and is low. And this area needs a middly, which is there. And a low, that must be low by Sudoku default, by maths. So one of these is orange at least. And either they're both orange and are 5 and 6 with a 5 here, or if one of them's orange, it's 5 and 4 with a 5 here. So this one is 5. That digit is 4 or 6. This 2 by 2 is satisfied. This one is not. It needs low there. Now none of these are blue because we've had 2 blues in the box. These are yellow and orange. And oh, well, that one can't be orange in that row. These 2 are 1 of each. This group needs an orange, so we know which way round they go. And this one is 3 or 4. This digit is 6. That fixes 1 and 6 over here. Let's colour them up correctly. Gosh, there's a blue here, which is 2 to complete this 2 by 2. And 5 by Sudoku is in these cells as well. That's going to sort out 1, 2 over there. Let's keep the colours going to make sure we're getting the entropy done. That is yellow now. And this, to make up the box numbers, must be blue, and it's 1. Okay, and that's triple. We need yellow, is what I'm trying to say. And that yellow is 4, and this other digit is 5 and is orange. And again, 2 oranges next to each other. It's not a problem. It's perfectly legal. Right, 6152. This is double yellow. Isn't that interesting? And this is 2 and 6. But this can't be blue because of the 2 by 2 here. So that's orange and 6. This is 2 in the corner and blue. Oh, what's gone wrong with my clicking? Everything. That's 2 in the corner and blue. This is a 1. That's from 3, 4 or 6. This one is a 2. That's blue. Okay, that's working okay. This one's all right. This is a 3, 6 pair. That digit is 4. That one is 3. Now, this is going to resolve somehow. This digit sees 5, 1, 4 and 6 by Sudoku, so it's 2 or 3, which is a pair with that, and puts 5 here, which is orange. So this group needs blue. That's a 2. That sorts out 3 and 2. The 2 is blue, the 3 is not. That can't be 1, so it's 1 in the corner, 3 or 4 here. And in this, we've got one more bit of colouring to do. Where is it and what is it? It's, no. We know one of those is yellow. It's this area, isn't it? Look at that. That has to be yellow. There we go. So that's 3. I'm glad I changed the colours to my preferred colour scheme, because otherwise I would just be misremembering what digit could be where. That's a 6, which is yellow, and this cell in the corner is, no, the 6 is not yellow, the 6 is orange. That's yellow in the corner, and that's 3 in the corner, completing the puzzle. And there we go. Whew. And we're going to move on to the Killer Global Entropy by Enchanter 73 again. 1 to 6 in every row, column and box. Same again. We have to, again with the global entropy, every 2 by 2 has a low, a middly and a high. And we've got killer cages. That sum to the totals given. Let's restart the clock. Let's get cracking on this. Oh, 14. That has to be 6, 5, 3. Everything else in the column is 1, 2 or 4. The 6, well, that's going to be 5, 2 or 4. This one is either 6, 5, 2 or 6, 4, 3. Right, let's colour these up a bit. 3, 5, 6 are orange and yellow in my colour scheme. 1, 2, 4 are blue and yellow. So there's got to be one blue at least there, one blue at least here. In fact, these can't be the same, because that would leave this 2 by 2 without whatever colour that was, which would be orange. So this must be orange and is not 3. There is a 3 up here. This is either 3, 6 or 4, 5, and also orange or yellow. That's quite interesting. That can't be double yellow, that 3, 4, because that would leave this area as all 2 colours. So there is no yellow in this box. It's either 1, 6 or 2, 5. So there must be a bit of yellow here, maybe 2. If both of those were yellow, 7 plus 13 is 20. That would be a 1, because the secret in 6 by 6 is a number that is 21. It almost feels like there isn't enough information here. Now, 3 is in those cells. That's blue and orange. What's this telling me? Where am I? I need, okay, there's a blue there, and we know there's a blue here. So there's no blue in these cells. They include a yellow. And we just worked out the minimum they can be if they can't be blue is 3 and 4. And that is the maximum they can be for the column. 13 plus 7 there leaves us a 1 here. That is 2, 5, 6. The 1 is blue. These are all blue and orange. That's a double yellow up there, which is possible as a vertical domino only in the middle of a box. This is a blue-orange pair. That 1 is satisfying the need for blues in all of these 2 by 2s, but there's a blue needed over here. Okay, wow, we know a lot about what fills these cages, but not everything. 2, 5, 6 there is blue double orange. We've got yellow there. I don't know, if this wasn't yellow, that would need yellow here. That's not very interesting. One of these 2 is a 1 by Sudoku in this box. This can't be double blue, because that would leave these without blueless. So that must be blue. And these are definitely blue and yellow, 1 of each. There must be an orange here, and there's an orange there. And that means none of these are orange. These are blue and yellow. Or double yellow. No, they can't be double anything, because that would leave these without that colour. So these are 1 of each. That's a domino, 1 of each. This is 1 of each, yellow and orange. And that can't be a 2 anymore. This is now 1 or 2 to make this add up to 6. And we know that's blue, so we know this is the yellow one and is a 4. That's good. This is not a 4, but it could still be yellow. We need an, oh yeah, I don't know. We need an orange and a yellow in this section. We need a yellow in one of these at least. That has to be orange for this group. There was probably another way of knowing that, but I'm not sure. So now this is orange and blue. That's orange and yellow. This must be one blue and one yellow. That's one blue and one orange. This is one orange and one yellow. I feel like I'm making no progress in that bit. One of these two is a 4. That's not interesting. Right, where do we go? We need a blue in at least one of these. Do I know which one? Oh, that couldn't be 4, so this can't be 5. Wow, yeah, if I knew they were different, that couldn't be high. How can I know that they are different? That one appears in one of those two. It's almost telling me it's different. There's got to be a yellow in one of these two because of that orangey blue. There's got to be an orange in one of these two. And we know there's an orange there. That's not quite enough. One of these is orange as well. But one of those being orange and one of those being orange involves overlap. One of these is blue. I fear that those are going to be the same. It seems quite likely. That digit must appear in one of those two cells. Is this 1, 6? No, this is not 1, 6, because that 1 would require a 1 in one of these two, and neither are blue. So that must be 2, 5. This must be 1, 6. Can that be 2, 5? No. This can't. 2 is definitely over here, but 5 can't be because neither is orange. So 5 must be here. And that is a 2, 6 pair down here. Oh, I already knew that couldn't be 5. That's annoying. 1, 2, 6 is over this side. It's probably not highly useful. 2, 6 are down here. 4 is in one of those cells. That's obvious. This digit is 1 or 3. Doesn't fix its colour. This one can't be 2, 6, 1 or 4. It's 3 or 5. Doesn't fix its colour. Look at this 4, 2 by 2. That has to be orange, and that does fix its number as 5. And that is going to be incredibly helpful. That's going to do Sudoku all over the place. 1, 3, we've got a 4, 6 pair here. We've got a 2, 5, 2, 3 pair there. That 2 is looking at that cell, making it a 1. I will tidy up the colouring in a moment. At last, for once, it feels like I'm doing something slightly more quickly than in the other cases. Those are from 1, 3, 5. Right, let's tidy up the colouring and see if we can get more information. Oh, is that all I had to do on the... No, these two on the colouring. Maybe something will pop loose. Maybe it won't. Okay, that hasn't really advanced the cause. Well, I mean, it has, but not dramatically. It hasn't told me anything. One of these is orange. At least one is orange. Could be both. Oh, look, orange, orange and blue. That has to be yellow. Good. That's the sort of thing I did want to find. That's not yellow, it's blue. That's a 2. This has become a 6 by default. Excellent. This is yellow, 3. That's now 1, and that's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. This is 6. 6 is orange. This is a 1, 5 pair. Don't know the order. That doesn't need to be anything particular. That 6 is looking at 4 there and 6 here. 6 is orange, 4 is yellow. This is now a 5 by Sudoku. That's a 3, 6 pair. Gosh, can't do much there, can I? Yeah, no. Yes, this group needs a yellow, so I can. So So this is yellow, that's orange. The yellow one is a 3, that sorts out 4 and 3 over that side. This is a 6, which sorts out 1 and 6 here. I can't do those yet, that's fine. 2 is placed in this box, then 4 and 3. 2 is blue, 3 and 4 are yellow. We obviously need a blue here, which is a 1, and an orange, which is a 5, isn't it? That's a 1-5 pair, therefore. Well, we need a 1 and we need an orange. That's how I know that. I'm not sure if I actually explained that quite in the correct order and with logic. That's now 2. This is a 2-4 pair. We know the order. We could do the colouring. And look, we've got a 1-5 deadly pattern left to finish off. And it's this group or this group that requires a blue in it, and that sorts it out. So these 2 5s are orange, this cell is blue and is the last one and is a 1, and there we go. That is 3 puzzles done, and very interesting. So nearly an hour of video, but most entertaining. Killer global entropy to go with the other global entropy puzzles. Hope you had a go at all 3. I wouldn't want to do them in competition conditions particularly. I think they were a little hard, but maybe that last one. But then probably I'd been learning about the entropy restrictions as we went. See you again next time. Thank you so much for watching us on the channel. Love to see you again. Bye for now.